Welcome back my dear students to the offline video series of Geography of class 6. I am Trishna and today we are going to start with next topic of geography. And the name of the topic is Heating and Cooling Effect of Land and Water. Before that, let us revise what we studied in our previous video. In our previous video, we studied about different temperature zones present on the surface of the earth and how they are being distinguished based on the temperature. Now, let us study about heating and cooling effect of land and water. In order to understand this concept of heating and cooling, let us perform an activity. In this activity, take two pots of same size and fill them with water equally. At sunrise, keep one pot inside the house and the other to the outside of the house. You can see this in figure 5.4a as well as in figure 5.4b. In the afternoon, walk barefoot on the floor inside the house and feel the temperature of the floor. Feel the temperature of water in the pot inside. Perform the same activity outside the house and get the feel of temperature of land and the water kept in the sun. Write down your observations about the temperature of land and water. Do it again around 7 in the evening. Note that your observations again. Now you can remove the pots and you have to discuss the observations with your friends. The result of this activity will be the water kept outside in the sun will be little warm and the water which is kept inside will remain as it is. Due to this difference in heating and cooling of the land and water, the air over the land gets heated faster and also becomes cooler rapidly. The air over the water gets heated slowly and also loses the heat in the slower manner only. In coastal areas, as compared to the continental areas, the temperature of air is lower during the day but warmer at the night. While the temperature of air in continental area is higher during daytime and lower at the night time. In coastal areas, the sun rays fall on the water and the water becomes heated up. As the water becomes heated up, the air which is surrounded in that much area also becomes heated up. And the air carries water vapor with it. This water vapor holds some amount of heat along with it. And as it holds heat with it, the air in the coastal areas is moist and humid. The condition in continental areas is completely opposite of coastal areas because usually no water bodies are present in the continental areas, and because of this the air which is present in continental areas is considered to be dry as compared to the air in coastal regions. In short, the difference between day and night temperature of coastal areas is less as compared to the continental areas. For example, Mumbai is considered to be a coastal area and Nagpur is considered to be a continental area. If you compare the day and night temperature of Mumbai and Nagpur, the temperature of Mumbai will be less as compared to the temperature of Nagpur. As a result, coastal areas are having equable climate and continental areas are having extreme climate. That is why Mumbai is considered to have an equable climate and Nagpur is considered to have extreme climate.